Alrighty, guys, we are on Alliance-10 for Operation Chimera. This is a fun one if you like active scouting, and you can do this other ways, but this is probably the easiest to do it with active scouting. So we need to spot or track 5 enemy tanks and have our team damage those tanks. And if we want to complete this with honors, the team also needs to kill 2 tanks that you spot or track. Now, the 5 tanks that they damage and the 2 tanks that they kill do not need to be the same tanks, which makes this a little easier. In fact, I think I got all 5 spot damage done before they even killed anything. So I wouldn't even focus on the kills. I'd focus just on the damage. So I got one there with Artie. And having Artie on your team is probably the easiest way to get this done. Artie hit the VK way off in the distance there that I had lit for just a second. So if you have a friend that likes to play Artie, this is a great one to platoon with, because it makes it so much easier to get done with Artie. You can actively light something and just make sure that your platoon mate is focusing on that area. Now here on Sand River, this spot would normally be fantastic because the tanks going up north would be easily spotted as you poke over this ridge here. Unfortunately, this team sent no tanks up north with the exception of that WZ. And that means that there's really nobody to spot over there. And I noticed that there's a bunch of tanks down south and already starting to mark the map. So that's where I want to be. So I'm going to shift very, very quickly to move to participate in the damage that they're about to do. Now, if Artie is not on your team, make sure you're focused on an area where Artie can hit. Simply because they're going to be firing regardless of what you're doing, and you want to make sure that you're getting credit for this. Now, if you have teammates that are also in the area with you, that's when you're probably going to have to shift towards tracking. Now, I wasn't trying to track this Super P here, but I tracked him anyways, and already hit him just in time. Of course, I make this jump and track myself, and I make a critical error there that will come back to bite me in just a second, which is I used my large repair kit accidentally instead of my standard repair kit. So I want to get the Super P out because I don't want the tanks behind him to pop over. And if that Super P dies, the likelihood that those 2 other tanks will pop over that ridge is pretty low. He's pretty low anyways. He's probably in 1-shot range from me, so I decided to make a move on him. Now, another mechanic you need to understand here. So I've already tracked this Super P. If you track the same tank twice, I do not believe that counts. They have to be 5 different tanks for the damage. And of course, I low roll leaving at 1 health, but got him. Now, when that Super P hit me, he took out my engine and tracks. I had to repair the tracks so I can get moving again. This is where that wasting of large repair kit came in. It sort of burned me. Now my engine is out. There's another damaging shot on the IS there from Artie. I'm proxy spotting these guys right now, and you'll see he got hit again. It didn't count towards the 5 tanks damage. Now this E25 has come in and is doing the spotting. Our own Artie takes him out, and now I'm left with this IS that the E25 was still effectively spotting for the Artie, which is why I didn't get credit for the kill. But I'm in a good position here. I know all of their tanks are down south here somewhere, so I just want to start being active and spotting those tanks. Unfortunately, I run into this Dicker Max that's been hiding over here. Actually, somebody hits him and gives me my 4th tank damaged via spotting. And I just need to get this Dicker out so that I have a little more flexibility down here. So with the Dicker out of the picture, I can move around, but it doesn't really matter because probably the Tog or even that Eagle that's off to the east of the map was hit by one of the tanks while I was figuring out what to do with the Dicker. So that's the 5 tanks. So this is pretty easy to get done from a primary perspective. Now I don't have a lot of health here. But I really only care about the primary portion of this mission anyways, so I'm gonna get a little more aggressive in terms of spotting to see if I can't get the 2 kills, and hopefully pull out a win for the team here, which this particular team did not do so well during this match. So keeping those heavies lit is not terribly useful, because you can see the GW and the S51, they're really not in a great position to hit those. The Hummel could probably hit the Tog, but the Tog actually has a lot of HP left, so it's not terribly useful. But this WZ pops up in the picture, and that's where the first kill is going to come into play. Remember, you only need your team to kill 2 tanks that you've spotted. So there's the first one, and now I'm just going to try to keep that Eagle lit so that Artie can keep focusing him. I don't need to take a lot of risk at this point. Now that first kill came in for the secondary, I just need to keep something lit so that Artie keeps firing at it, because nothing else is lit at this point. The two main Artie, the S51 and the GW, can't hit those heavies, so I'm not going to worry about them. And I definitely don't want to rush into those TDs, because they will just obliterate me. So I'm focusing on this Eagle here, and I'm just going to keep him lit for as long as I can without taking risk from any other tanks. Unfortunately, he knows what's going on. He understands the situation he's in, and he starts to back off, and it's going to make it very difficult for Artie to hit him. But I know what's behind him, which is the enemy artillery, because they always sit back in that corner. So I feel a little comfortable in pushing up and hopefully being able to spot them real quick and have our Artie hit them. Unfortunately for me, the J Panther on the MA team knows exactly what's happening, because if he just let me sit up here, there would be 3 dead tanks in the next probably 60 seconds or so, just from Artie fire coming in. So I'm sort of in a tough spot, because this J Panther is just going to come up behind me and one-shot me, and even the other TD is actually pointing at me, even though he's not spotted. He's going to hit me here in a second. So I have to run down this hill. I get hit. Being a bulldog, I fall off that hill and die. And I'm thinking to myself, the mission is effectively over. And then something strange happens. So all these tanks are going to go dark, but an Artie shell comes in and kills the enemy Artie, and somehow I got credit for that kill. Now I don't have the Call for Vengeance perk on this tank, and you can see I got it completed with honors. I don't have the Call for Vengeance perk on this tank, so I don't know why I got credit for that kill, but I got credit for that Artie kill. In any case, this is really easy to do from a primary perspective. If you have a scout at tier 7 or above, you should be able to knock this thing out. Particularly if you can platoon with Artie, or at least pay attention to what your Artie is doing in the match. That's really going to make this super easy to get done. And if you happen to be in a situation where you're lighting tanks, but someone else is sharing that spotting with you for Artie or other tanks in the distance, just focus on tracking. Because even though somebody else is lighting them, if you track them, you will get the credit for that as it relates to the mission. So this is a pretty easy one, guys. You'll knock this out pretty fast if you have a scout. If you don't have a scout, just use a medium tank. And you'll probably do a little more tracking than just spotting, but you can still get this done pretty easy. Good luck, guys.